Today on the BV3D channel, we'll check out the Panda Knomi, a cool status indicator for Bambu Lab A1, P1, and X1 series printers. And we'll start right after this. I'm Brian, and you are watching BV3D. Hello 3D printing friends, and welcome back. Okay, so today we're going to get a look at Big Tree Tech's Panda Knomi. It's part of their Panda line of accessories for Bambu Lab printers. Thanks to Big Tree Tech for sending this over so we could get a look at it. Actually, they sent over a bunch of their Panda accessories. I thought it would be fun to show them off over the course of a few videos, and this is the one I'm starting with. So first I'll talk a little bit about the Knomi, and then I'll get into the installation and setup. If you already know what it is and what it does, then you just want to see how to put it on an A1, feel free to skip ahead using the chapter markers in the video's timeline. If you don't know much about the Knomi, it's a small microcontroller or system on a chip based on the ESP32. It's like this development board, but smaller. It has a 2.4 GHz Wi-Fi module, 8 megabytes of RAM, and 16 megabytes of onboard storage. That Wi-Fi capability is important because it's not only how you communicate with the Knomi to configure it or adjust settings, it's also how the Knomi communicates with the printer. So if you don't have your printer on a Wi-Fi network, the Knomi probably isn't going to work for you. Oh, quick side note, back in January, Bambu Lab announced changes to their firmware to make it more secure. Those changes remove the ability for third-party devices and software to do what Bambu Lab refers to as critical printer operations. This means things like unbinding or binding a Bambu Lab printer to a Bambu Lab account, starting remote video access, performing firmware upgrades, starting print jobs from LAN or cloud mode, or controlling the printer's motion system, temperature, fans, and stuff like that. But, importantly for the Knomi, those changes do not affect getting status information from the printer. And that's good, because that's the Nomi's reason for existence, getting and displaying printer status information on its integrated circular screen. The Knomi shows all kinds of status information, and you can customize it with your own graphics. You can get the Knomi as a complete kit for A1 series printers with a power cable, some zip ties, and a clear frosted replacement faceplate for the toolhead. Or you can get the Knomi as, well, just the Knomi screen and cables. Then you can print your own replacement cover in a color of your choice. Big Tree Tech has printable files you can download. Now, the Knomi also works with P1 and X1 series printers, so you can print parts to mount it on those printers as well. They also sell the frosted toolhead cover for the A1 as a separate item, so if you bought just the Knomi screen and later decided you didn't like your printed cover, you could switch to the clear one. And that's how it came to me in two separate product boxes, one with the screen-only Knomi and one with the toolhead cover. The installation is pretty easy, and we'll cover that next. Okay, let's get this installed on my Bambu Lab A1. Before you start, you should download and print this toolhead cable clip, and if you're using an AMS Lite, this clip that keeps the Nomi's power cable together with the PTFE tubes and the regular toolhead power and data cable. And also this release key, which unsnaps a retaining clip that keeps the screen attached to the new toolhead cover. And now, let's actually start. Step 1. Turn off the printer. Step 2. Use the release key to unsnap the retaining clip from the new toolhead cover if it's snapped in. Step 3. Remove the protective film from the Nomi's round screen. Step 4. Place the screen in the new toolhead cover and then snap in the retaining clip to hold the screen in place. Step 5. Remove the existing cover from the front of the toolhead and remove the round extruder visualizer. Step 6. Feed the small end of the power cable into the toolhead. Step 7. Plug the cable into the back of the screen. The connector and socket are small and probably fragile, so be careful to avoid breaking something. Step 8. Snap the new cover onto the toolhead. Make sure to pull the power cable back as you're doing this, and make sure that the filament cutting lever can move without running into the cable. Step 9. On the AMS Lite hub, that's the piece that the 4 PTFE tubes go into, attach the cable clip and place the power cable into it. Step 10. Remove the original PTFE organizer and install the new one. It has an extra notch to hold the Nomi's power cable. Then secure the Nomi's power cable to the regular toolhead cable with zip ties. Step 11. Plug the Nomi's power cable into one of the 4-pin ports on the back of the printer. Step 12. Turn the printer on. The Nomi should power up and display a QR code. If it doesn't power up, check your wiring and try again. So with the Nomi sitting there showing its QR code, this completes the installation. Next, it's setup time. Okay, so the Panda Knomi is installed on the printer and the printer is powered up and the Nomi is displaying a QR code and winking at us occasionally. So grab your phone and scan the QR code. It'll tell your phone how to connect to the Nomi's Wi-Fi hotspot, and from there, it should connect to the Nomi's built-in web server. Be aware it can take a few seconds before the page loads. Then you can choose a language. After that, it'll scan for nearby Wi-Fi networks. Pick the one that your printer is connected to and enter the password for that network. Then the Nomi can get on the same network your printer's on. The next step is binding to the printer to receive status information from it. So the Nomi scans the network and makes a list of printers, and then you can pick your printer from the list. You'll also need to give the Nomi your printer's access code, and you'll get that from the printer itself. Go to Settings, and then LAN Only mode. You don't actually enable LAN Only mode, but that's where the access code lives. Once binding is successful, that's it, you're done setting it up. Now, when I send a print job, I can see these cool little animations that show the different stages of the printing process as it starts. And when it's actually printing, I can see at a glance how far along it is. I can also customize the status graphics through the Nomi's web app. For instance, I uploaded a spinning BV3D logo to replace the standard idle graphic. So is this a 100% necessary thing to put on your printer? Absolutely not. There isn't anything the Nomi can tell you that isn't already on the printer's screen. But it is a 100% fun and cool way to customize your printer. For the A1 and A1 Mini, it's like $31 if you want to print your own cover for it, or $45 if you get it with the frosted cover. There are similar options for other Bambu Lab printers, although depending on the printer's configuration, some may need an extra accessory for power. So if the Panda Knomi has caught your eye, there's a link in the description. Now it's time to start wrapping things up. Thanks again to Big Tree Tech for sending the Panda Knomi over. Thank you for watching, and big thanks to everyone who supports the channel, whether with channel memberships or by using the links in the description. If you liked this episode, give it a thumbs up and maybe subscribe so you don't miss new ones. Well, 3D printing friends, that's about all the time we have for this one, and now that we're at the end, let's go print something cool.